Now this is pod racing. Now we're dealing with some A-grade gear as far as video games go. So, hi, I'm Chrane. If you're unfamiliar with this game, it's an MMO, heavily story-based. I may be at the very end of the story, however, this stream is not going to spoil anything for you. We are going to be doing a crossover thing with Monster Hunter, which added a new boss fight. We're starting with that because, you know, we have to queue to find people, so we're doing that first before people go to bed. And then after that, we have a new quest line to look at, which is basically goofy joke central, so it's not gonna ruin anything. You don't need to know anything beforehand. All good. It's just a fun, silly quest line where basically the devs have little to no restrictions on themselves, and they can just animate the dumbest shit they can think of to like test the limits of the tech. So it's all good. We're in for some goofy stuff tonight, so that's hopefully gonna be a lot of fun. So, my guy right here, Chrane Carmine. I did post my entire playthrough of A Realm Reborn, which is the base game. I do have the rest of the entire journey recorded, so I will be posting all of that eventually. But in general, this is like currently one of my like top 5, top 3 games of all time. It may have the number 14, but you don't need to have experience with any of the prior Final Fantasies to enjoy this, so don't worry about that part. We're basically just doing fun, goofy, new stuff this time, so not gonna ruin anything. Don't worry. So let's see. We'll start with the Monster Hunter Wilds crossover right away, shall we? Because I'm gonna get this raptor bird thing as a mount, and I need it. Give it to me. Hello. Well, if it isn't Chrane, tell me, do you have a moment? Animal carcasses have been turning up on one after the other over in Shaloni, and we've yet to figure out why. We were prepared to launch an investigation, but then we received this. I quickly remember that they're not British in this place, like they are in the rest of the game. A distinctive style to be sure, but it's undoubtedly a mark bill. No less peculiar than the client who delivered it, either. Too small for Hatsaro, and yet too furry to be a Lalafell. Whatever distant land they hail from, I doubt I've ever heard of it. Certainly different, looks like a prey worth hunting. I feel like I've seen a bill like this before. I did do the last Monster Hunter crossover. So you've handled a request like this previously? I'll be damned. Lately, there have been sightings of a large beast roaming the plains, which we believe is responsible for the rash of carcasses. From what I've heard, it bears a striking resemblance to the creature depicted on this bill. To be frank, we'd all rest easier if the one who helped fell Valigarmanda were the one to take this on. Would you lend us your strength? Oh, you bet. I was yearning for a good hunt. Oh, I have a feeling it will be one to remember. Now the client should have all the details you need to get started. No doubt they've been eagerly awaiting a skilled hunter to take on this task. They should be hanging about the tavern in... These names still haven't gotten easier to pronounce. They should be hanging about the tavern in Husatal. I expect you'll have no trouble finding them. Okay. Oh, that's new. It looked nice. Okay. Husatal. Do-do-do. Is that a palico? Yes, it is. Did I boost the volume? What up, palico?
Yes, I'm the feline who put out the bounty on the monster. Are you a hunter?
When the mood strikes me. Don't you mean meowster? When the mood strikes me.
Yippee! An adventure hunter at long last. You'll aid me in this hunt then, won't you?
You got it.
Wonderful. You don't seem to have a grand hub for hunters in this land, so I was beginning to lose hope I'd find anyone.
I have adventurers guilds.
I'd better begin by telling how I arrived here. It relates to our mark, you understand.
There he is.
The mark in question, none other than Guardian Arkveld. The creature normally resides in the Forbidden Lands. My comrades and I were in the midst of investigating its territory when... well... a spider-like thing appeared as if out of nowhere before we could make heads or tails of what it was. A cocoon nearby burst open, and from it emerged a newborn Arkveld. The two then began to clash in a fierce battle for supremacy.
So if you don't know, basically... Final Fantasy got Arkveld and Monster Hunter got Omega. So we're basically doing an exchange program right now. They're fighting ours, we're fighting theirs.
As the battle came to a head, the mysterious invader created a ring glowing with light. Before we knew it, the Guardian had disappeared without a trace.
Chicken.
And then, all before me turned white. When I came to, I found myself in this land of Tyrell. Oddly enough, the invader spoke just moments before the flash. I think it said program loop upgrade. Oh no. I have no idea what that means, but I'm guessing it has to do with why I'm here. I was searching for a way home with my companion when I learned that a Guardian Arkveld was wreaking havoc nearby. I thought it best that I recruit a hunter to take it down before I could bring ruin to the wilds.
Got it.
Now that you're up to speed, I say we better get started.
Man, I love that they made the Palicos the quest givers, both in the previous crossover and now this one. It's so much fun. Stray feline.
I'm sure this goes without saying, but when tracking prey, it's important to know what signs to look for. Every creature leaves its own unique trail. Guardian Arkveld's most distinctive trait are its white coat and scales, as well as the chain-like tendrils on its forelimbs, which it can extend and retract at will to blind its prey, if it doesn't slice you to pieces first. Whatever ground the beast treads, it's certain to leave behind marks from dragging its tendrils. From what I've heard, it was sighted in an area north of here called Yotanane. Still, most difficult stuff to pronounce in this game. Let's see if we can't find signs of its passage. I'm regretfully unfamiliar with the monsters in these parts, so I hope you don't mind taking the lead on our search.
Easy.
I got you, my boy.
Should I bring out my Palico from the last event? I mean, I do have my boy here, the Major General, and I love this shark. He's so silly, so goofy. But I feel like a Palico, probably the right thing to bring. There we go. Oh, he's tiny. He's tiny in comparison, goddamn.
I noticed there are quite a few people in this town carrying curious weapons. I took such folk for hunters at first, but it turns out they're members of a group that catches folks up to no good. The Dusk Watch, I think they're called. The hunters of my land are no strangers to capturing their quarry either, you know. We use shock or pitfall traps to immobilize a beast and then unleash a barrage of trank bombs to put them to sleep. I happen to be an expert at laying traps, so I'd be happy to put my talents to use should any fugitives cross our paths.
Submarimon and now the mini shark. I see a pattern. Indeed. I like things that start with S. Oh. Oh yeah, I have mount music on, right? No, that's battle music. Do I have mount music on? No. I still haven't done the side quest in this expansion. To be fair, I don't think I've done all the side quests in the last one either, so... A heap of withered weeds. It bears an unmistakable resemblance to the plant matter found on tumbleclaws native to the region.
I gather these dried weeds were left behind by a monster that uses them to camouflage itself. They certainly bear no connection to Arkenveld. In the Forbidden Lands, there are creatures called Mimipaita that also mimic flowers to hide from predators. I remember this one time at band camp, some hunters disguised themselves with headwear in the spitting image of Mimipita. And I'm not pulling your tail when I tell you it was impossible to distinguish them from the real thing. In any case, I don't see signs of Arkenveld here. Let's keep looking. That really was a band camp story. Good God. You know what? It is around Halloween time, so... Not that one. It's only fitting. Where is it? There it is. Here we go. No! Damn you. Sunbeard. Here we go. It's only fitting that we travel in the correct way of the season. Wow! So stupid. Okay. Let's go Shaloni. As I understand it, sandstorms sometimes sweep across these plains. Is that right? The Forbidden Lands similarly have a tumultuous climate, the environment shifting greatly with the change of seasons. In the fallow period, the land grows barren, so monsters fight over what limited food they can find. And come the intense weather conditions, the inclemency period, apex predators begin to emerge, making it a very precarious time. But after that comes the period of plenty, when flora and fauna flourish in abundance. No matter the season, there's always something new to discover, bringing fresh excitement with each expedition.
Goddamn. I found some tracks. Pungent, sticky substance adheres to these clumps of yellow hair. Judging by the local fauna, these are likely the remains of a sunbeard gorged upon by a grasslands worm.
Not sure what left this behind, but Arkveld has white fur, not yellow. Come to think of it, all Guardians have a white coat. Even the Guardian variant of Rathalos, Crimson King of the Skies, is clad in white. At least that's what I've heard.
Rathalos was the last crossover boss they added, so we can now fight both of them. I don't think you can get Arkveld as a mount, though. You can for sure get Rathalos as a mount. I still don't have him, though, so... unfortunate.
But that is neither here nor there. We should get back to our survey.
Okay. Fly. Now we're talking. The markings on the ground suggest something massive was dragged across it, with armor-like scales strewn about the area. He's straight up just sitting down.
These scales, I'm certain they came from the Guardian Arkveld.
The gamma and contrast was wild on that POV.
I think it came close to a settlement. Thankfully turned away, but there's nothing stopping it from coming back. We need to find its lair before anyone gets hurt. With everything we've found, I believe we need to locate our prey. If we're to give proper chase, we should call on my comrade resting back in town. But I trouble you to gather a few samples before we go.
Okay, sure. I can do that. I can do that. The way he walks. Oh, there it is. Give it to me. Mounts.
My feathered friend here is called a secret. Not only does it make for a reliable mount, but it can also carry all the essentials for a hunt, thanks to its sturdy build. And that's not all. It can even memorize monsters' scents and track it down. Try letting it smell what you gathered.
Okay. Chirp, chirp.
Looks like it's picked up the scent. Now it can guide us to Arkveld. There's no time to waste. If you would mount the sacred and scout out the location of our mark, I'll see to preparations for the hunt. Here, take this link pearl contraption. Managed to barter for it after exchanging a few things with a traveling merchant. With this, we should be able to stay in contact even when we're apart.
I love that you're explaining a link pearl to me.
Now then,
that was an intense wave.
Now then, you need only trust in the secret to guide you. I'm sure you'll find Arkveld in no time.
Dude, that thing is so cool. I've been as a kid, I loved dinosaurs, and honestly, I kind of still do. So, I need this thing. I know I'm gonna get the mount, so just please. Yes. Oh my god, the dream. The dream. He's calling me.
Hello, are you there? Oh good, I can hear you. This link pearl is a true gem.
Uh-huh.
Though Arkveld lay dormant within its cocoon for a long time, Guardians are said to awaken when they sense a powerful presence nearby. It may have turned back after approaching the settlement because something even stronger drew its attention. That stormy dome in the distance marks the land dominated by forced lightning storms, right? I'm sure hope that's not where something. Where Arkveld was headed.
Oh. Okay.
Huh. What? You found the remains of a monster. Quick, examine the corpse and see if there are any signs it was preyed upon.
Yes. Dude, that was a pretty clean shot. The beast has breathed its last. You see no bite marks on its body, suggesting the creature may not have been attacked as an act of predation. I'm lost. I'd expect as much from a guardian. You see, unlike your average monster, they've no need to eat their prey. I think Arkveld may be fixated on the energies in this place and felling any other monsters that gets in its way. Sounds like it's Roll withdrawal. It does, but I know it's not from here. It doesn't need sustenance to survive.
It's all rather complicated, but in short, guardians do not possess an organ for digestion. That's why they never attack out of desire to feed.
I feel like I'm wearing the... Jesus, that goddamn chair. I feel like I'm wearing the appropriate shirt for this. You know? A giant monster not needing to... Like, hunting things but doesn't need it to feed. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ah! I need to see a Lalafell in that scene with the run there. Because that was quick for my character. I think we got it.
What? That sounds like a turf war. Clearly Arkveld has been on edge since it arrived here, but I bet it's lashing out at anything it deems a threat.
Dude, I love the fact that they've started doing this where the background stuff is blurry. Doing stuff with focus is so good. I'm so glad they're experimenting with it.
At this rate, it's going to throw the whole ecosystem out of balance. We have to stop it. But how? Oh, I've got it. Try taking out a pod from the pouch of the sacred. You'll know you've found the right one if it makes your nose wrinkle. It's called a dung pod, and as you've undoubtedly noticed, it possesses a frightfully fetid smell. Whether it's a single monster or even a horde, a well-positioned throw would send even the most rabid beasts packing. It has no effect on guardians, but the scent should be unbearable for whatever Arkveld's fighting. Throw it with everything you've got.
From here? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Damn, Arkveld. He's Kratos. Okay, this is some... These are some pretty involved animations. God damn. Run away, Duriel. Uh-oh. Okay. Bye. Okay.
Arkveld fled as well. Perhaps it's perceived you too as a threat and returned to its den to recover its strength. While I'm sure you'd love to give chase, I'd like to regroup first. Stay put for just a moment. I'll be there in 2 shakes of Arathelo's tail.
Dude, the cinematography in this game has improved so much over the past few years. It's actually crazy. And then the animation team just going ham in that fight. God damn. Yeah, he wants to resume the hunt, and guess what? So do I, boy. So do I.
Had that turf war continued, it may have reached nearby settlements. Thank goodness the dung pod worked as well as it did. Arkveld's lair appears to be further ahead. I expect it's recuperating from its battle and won't be emerging anytime soon.
The sun is coming out. And so is the Terran music.
While you were searching for the Guardian, I took it upon myself to put together a camping kit. Let's set up shop near Arkveld's lair and prepare for the grueling hunt before us.
Yes. Let's go. This looks nice. Dude, this place looks great. God damn. I mean, this side by side with like Alamigo is actually crazy. Just the details on the damn rocks. Damn. I'm doing fine. How are you? Dude, this looks crazy.
Come, make yourself at home. No need to worry about any pesky monsters. I've already checked the area. We're perfectly safe. First things first, we feast. One should never hunt on an empty stomach, as we hunters say. We managed to gather everything we need to have ourselves a barbecue, so let's get to grilling. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Okay, we're going like full Monster Hunter on this. Okay. Okay. Nice. This is great. Yeah. And the entire grill is gone. That's really funny.
Delicious. Now, with your appetite and your appetite sated and spirits soaring, I bet you would take on even the mightiest of monsters. Here, take these mega potions as well. They'll come in handy during the fight.
Oh. Do we do self-healing this time as well?
They're a special blend of the potions distributed by the Hunters Guild, mixed with fresh honey harvested by yours truly. Thankfully, they were in a period of plenty just before we were in a period of plenty just before I was transported here. With that, I think you're all set. Allow me to formally make my request. Please hunt Guardian Arkveld and protect the life of these plains.
Okay, there we go. We're ready to fight. We'll gain access to the duty action mega potion. Yeah. And what does it do? It doesn't say. Okay. Okay, let's queue up for this thing. Really? I'm 1 item level off. That's really funny. I could probably go buy some gear with higher item level just so that we can get in there, because that is borderline embarrassing. Can we do this again? Oh yeah. That's great. Honestly, that's awesome. Okay, so first let's check where this is, so we know how to get back here. Okay, so it's far away from everything. Wonderful. Let's get some gear from Solution 9 so that we can get one item level, so that we can join in on that thing. $495. And their item level is 720. So gloves maybe. Yeah, I'm probably not collecting that set, so at least not for striking. Looks nice. Take those, I think. Take the gloves. Beautiful. Okay. I think I'll go back to the gloves I had on just for looks. Perfect. Let's get back out there. That's probably closer. Oh yeah, we don't really actually even need to walk over there. We can just do this. Join. It's been so long. There is also the quest line with the new crafters. We could go start that while we wait for the queue. Let's see. Dawn Trail Crafting Beast Tribe. How many times is Google gonna ask me about the AI they have? I don't want it. Yokui daily quests. Okay, so complete 2 quest lines to unlock it. Yoctoral. Goblin Yak. No, not Yaktel. It's the called Rukopacha. That's the one. Sparks of Joy is on the list. Yup. catch a merchant is also on the list. Okay, we'll do that one first then. Why not? This is why you do all side quests, so you don't have to do them later. Okay, here we go. I'm not gonna read these quest lines. Okay. Why do I think I recognize your name? Probably not then. Oh, that's what the masks are? They're designed after Valigarmanda. Cool. I didn't know this. Well. Apparently that guy is not a great guy. Nope, Lee. It's all good. We got him. Awesome. Nothing needs XP right now, so I guess we can just keep going on the monk. Hmm. Huh. I don't think I've seen this shirt in black before. It looks dope. Looks very nice on you, sir. Looks very nice. Lovely. What's up, Poto Peddler? Uh-huh. Only Lalafells may enter this area? No. Why are they the only ones that get to have fun? Vapely. Hmm. Yes. Of course, no plea. I will help you. Bro, get out of the water. Should probably wait to do that if we're in queue. Start the other one while we wait. We need to finish both quest lines in order to unlock the crafters. giants. Morfolo.
Aye.
Banana Ponzi cake? Oh yeah. Me again. More of your love. Sure. That is literally what they sound like. I cannot keep that up. Gora want to play by ear. Right, he wants to be an adventurer. Forgot about this. I did the first quest of this quest line last year in like, when did the expansion come out? June? So it's been, well, a year and some months. Somehow it just came straight back to me. I'm glad they keep conversations brief. I appreciate that about the giants. Or the Yokui. It's especially good for the voice actors for them because that is some intense sounds they're making when they talk. Lizard. Oh. Morfurlor. Obsidian. I was like, where the hell is the rest of it? I only see one. Oh. Yes, I have your obsidian, sir. Here you go. This expansion, while the main story might have been a bit lacking, the actual environments, Jesus, the actual environments of this expansion have been incredible looking. So nice. And to be fair, the patches did significantly improve my opinion on the story of this expansion as well. So there's that. Oh, here he comes. Bro, they look like they are so similar to the Prophet of Truth in Halo. Actually, crazy how similar they look. It's so disturbing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. 18 minutes in the queue. Unsurprising. I will teach you to become a bodyguard. Don't worry, sir. Let me teach you. Okay. Oh. So a classic escort quest. What, do you follow me or do I follow you? He follows me. Bruh. Ah, your positioning is spot on. First catch of the day. Oh. Bro, I'm in the wrong fucking category on YouTube. Here we go. It's time. The Windward Wilds. Ooh. Oh, nice. This is cool. This is cool. Here we go. I should probably stick with the group. But he is Kratos. Oh my god, well, fell for that one. Okay. Ah. Okay. Stack up. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that this is Monster Hunter Wilds music. Because I sure don't recognize it, and I heard that they got Omega's music, so I'm assuming that's what's going on here. So am I not supposed to stand in this thing? I guess not. Oh god. This is where I would love to be a range character. Whoa. Jesus. Oh yeah, I guess the potion is supposed to be used in here. I did forget about that. Oh god. Goodness gracious.
Thought it was gonna dash across again, but no. Uh-oh. There. No! Somehow I'm still alive. Not sure how, not sure why. I'm just gonna assume the healers are doing a bang-up job. Okay. No, 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 no. Oh god. Well, okay. See, here's the thing with not paying attention, right? I'm so good at it. Here comes. Whoop. And then something else hit me. Not sure what. Oh god. I'm probably gonna die from this, aren't I? Yep. 5 stacks. Okay. Well. There's a lot of things happening in this fight. God damn. Go. This is so cool. It's stressful, but it's really cool. Nope, I fell for it. Nope. Is it safe? Okay, so and then there's those things. I think those second sets of markers is what got me the first 2 times. I'm not entirely sure. Oh. This song is pretty cool. Am I supposed to soak this? I'm still not sure. Oh, well, okay. Ooh. Like when the boss goes across the arena, my instinct is to just dash after them, but most of the time it's just a trap. I fall for it almost every time. Ah, speaking of falling for it. We have limit break, but you know, we might get real unlucky and needed to fully revive the team, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. Oh my goodness, let's go! And then we're all getting marked. Yup. We got him. We got him. Come on. Oh. It almost happened again. No, no. That thing has a way larger marker than you'd expect. Oh, it's great. Oh. No. Under. I feel like I'm starting to understand the rhythm of this. Never mind. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Someone had the Monster Hunter title? Yeah, look at that. Dope. Is that from the last event or this one? Oh god. Hey! Raptor. A scale appears loose? My. Okay. This feels disrespectful. I don't know. Pretty cool. Woo! We did it. There's nothing more to click, right? Just the face. Yeah. This dude's huge. Cool.
You did it! You defeated Arkveld. Now these plains will know peace once more.
Oh, we need to find a way to get you home.
I nearly forgot. I'm not entirely sure how I'll make it back to the Forbidden Lands, I'll admit, and yet I don't feel awfully anxious about it. It's not every day that you get spirited away to a vast continent like this, you know? I'd like to see the sights and speak with the people. I'll find a way back in the course of that, I'm sure of it. I wouldn't mind learning more about the myriad monsters and resources here either. I'll see where the winds take me and fill out my field guide as I go along. Who knows? By the time I make it home, I may have filled the whole thing. You think I'd be a worthy adventurer by then?
Yeah.
Ah.
Let's do this again. It's so silly. The way he looks at the meat. Beautiful. Oh man, so good. So good. We did it. The quest is done. You guys have anything to add?
We ought to inform the Dawn Hunt folk in Tuliolal that we succeeded in our hunt.
Okay. Then do I get this thing?
I need it.
Here he is. Ah, so the hunt was a success. Well done indeed. Perhaps now life can return to normal for the fauna of Shaloni.
By the way, we carved some scales from Arkveld's hide. Would you be able to craft anything with them? Be an awful waste to leave them as only a souvenir.
Right, the armor. Well now, this is a rare find. If you speak with the smithy here, I'm sure he could fashion armor with it, or at the very least, exchange it for other wares. We get weapons too, I forgot! I forgot! Hello! Be sure to drop by again should you find any other noteworthy materials. Chicken. Give it to me.
What brings you here, my friend? Already finished feeding? My, would you look at that? It seems they've grown fond of you. If you're not opposed, why not take them along with you on your adventures? Yay. Raptor chicken, welcome to the squad. Yippee! You couldn't ask for a better companion. With that settled, I believe it's time I was getting on my own with my own adventure. Thanks for everything, Chrane. May we meet again someday.
Oh, Jesus. The frantic wyvern. Bye. Dude, I'm about to ride a dinosaur. The horn, the hunter's grill, and the camp chair. Beautiful. Oh. The majestic hover hand. The hunt has only just begun. Earn further rewards by facing Guardian Arkveld in the Windward Wilds Extreme, which may be unlocked by speaking with the Wandering Minstrel in Tuliolal. Right. The Guardian Hunter. The White Wraith. Okay, so the Monster Hunter title might be from the earlier one then. Smithy, how much for... Oh my. That's for the carts, right? How much for the armor set? Oh, like a normal raid one? 2, 6, 8, 12, 14. So this is what we're trying to get here. Very cool. I think the gloves are probably the coolest part of it. It's a little Berserk-esque with the crossbow-looking thing on it. I do like it. I like it quite a bit. Hold off on buying it. There's a lot of stuff in here. For the support team carts, the pet for the mount. Okay. Bunch of music. That's fun. What's up, Mithrix? Yeah. I just punched Arkveld in the throat. It was one hell of a dance. Very cool stuff. Bunch of Phasmascapes for the house. Wild's Great Sword Stand. Okay. Indoor Hunter's Grill. Now we're talking. Michael Scott would be proud. We can recruit the Palico to have in my house. Yo. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm looking to get the armor, the music, and probably recruit a cat to work in my house. That's awesome. Let's unlock... Where is he? Oh, way over there. Let's unlock the extreme mode, shall we? Yoshi P, give me extreme. So, what have you brought for me today? I fought this giant rock bird thing.
He had whips like Kratos. Arkfeld, the wide wanderer from a faraway world. I dare say that the word hunt suffices not to capture your struggle with the creature. It's you can play the base game and the first 2 expansions completely free. I don't know if you're baiting me to do the meme or not, because there's a whole thing where it's like, have you heard of the award-winning MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, now with a free trial, with the award-winning Heaven's Ward included, and now also the award-winning Stormblood. Like, it's I don't know if that's what you were baiting me for, or if you were genuinely asking, but yeah, the base game and the first 2 expansions are available to play for free, and that's basically like 500 hours of story, if that's like an interesting thing. And then if you want to keep playing, just asking can't be on Digimon all the time. Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's like a huge meme surrounding this game. The fact that they have basically the first 500 hours of the story, and how many more 100 hours you want to spend just available as part of the free trial, where you can just play. It's a pretty good deal. Of course, there are some restrictions on it, like whispering other people and stuff like that, but nothing that ruins the experience. If anything, it's I think it's an incredibly generous thing they have going there. But then if you want to like get out of the free trial, it's like, I don't know, 11, 12 bucks a month or something like that. Like most MMOs. But I think it's worth it. I dare say that the word hunt suffices not to capture your struggle with the creature. Intrigued though I am by the device described in the feline's tale, what strikes me most of all is the nature of this guardian. That is, its predilection for energy. In the animal kingdom, a predator devours other beasts for its survival, yet Arkfeld appeared not to be driven by its fundamental need. Instead, it harbored an extreme obsession for ether, an obsession which saw it slaughter a beast of the beasts of Shaloni to assert dominance over its newfound realm. In response, the Serpent Lord rose up to face the interloper, as if the land itself wished to repel a common threat. Without such resistance, and your timely intervention, there is no telling how grave a threat Arkfeld might have become. Finding itself in an unfamiliar land, the Guardian merely did what its instincts bade it do. Were I to render such a savage life in verse, it might go thus. Then I'm not going to sing what he's about to sing. In silver coat, its body cloaked, from distant world it came. On reddened earth, the Guardian roamed, the lives of foes to claim. In hunger deep was locked this beast, in silvery chains entwined, to conquer all its savage fate, new paradise to find. Wow, super cool, Yoshi P. Mr. Game Director. There we go, extreme mode unlocked. So we can now do the fight even harder. Hard pass for now, that was difficult as it was, so, you know. Why am I not seeing it? In here. So it is. 740. Ooh. You'll probably like Where Winds Meet. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Where Winds Meet. I've never heard of this.
Open world has me a little like, but it looks nice. I'm gonna look at this later. Looks interesting. Okay, we got our lizard thing. Our new boy. My beautiful boy. We're going to Pacha. Continue those quests. Okay, here's the mount. Yeah. Yeah, got my own raptor. Awesome. Running animation looks pretty clean. A little bouncy, but I'll live. Flying? Oh, yes. That looks... The legs are a little long, but honestly, it looks great, in my opinion. Damn. I like it. So the quest I was doing... Do you have all summons like Bahamut, FFXIV? Yes, indeed. So here are all the different classes. Basically, in this game, unlike other MMOs, you just make one character. You can have more if you want to, but you only need to make one, and that character can learn every class. They all have their own quest lines. They all level individually. I happen to have done all of them to max level, that's why they're orange. But they all level on their own, independently from each other. And one of the classes is indeed a summoner. Right here. It starts as an arcanist. And then at level 30, you go from being a class to being a job. Final Fantasy style. So you then get your arcanist turn into a summoner, your gladiator turns into a paladin, your marauder turns into a warrior, and so on and so forth. Like Final Fantasy IX. Oh yeah, there is like job systems in a bunch of them, and then for some reason it's just not in some. Not sure why. I haven't played most Final Fantasy games. I am looking into doing that in the future, to actually just play through the franchise. Because I only really have experience with this one and 6. And I watched Maximilian play through 7 remake. And that's about it. But yeah, the summoner, which is dressed like my Pictomancer for some reason. But yeah. So summoners use a book. And then they have different moves where they summon the different summons. So if I go to attack this thing, where is my carbuncle? I need carbuncle here. Get out of here. Yeah, so carbuncle is your base summon. So if you throw your first summon skill, you summon a Bahamut form. This one's called, is it Solar Bahamut? Yeah. He's new for this expansion. This is honestly the first time I'm even using him on my own. So that's kind of new to me. And then you have your 3 down here, so you can do summon Ifrit. He does his thing. And then you have some special moves for Ifrit and like fire-based moves. Ruby Right. And then that does fire. Also, you can fly as Phoenix. That's a separate thing. That's not summoner specific. It's a mount in the game. I think it was part of an event, and now you have to like buy it if you want it now. But yeah. And then you have next summon, we get Titan. And then your abilities turn into rock moves. Bonk. And then we go to the next guy, and then we summon Garuda. And now we do a bunch of wind moves. They don't stay on the field though, just attack animations. Yeah, basically when you swap over to their element, they come down and do a huge attack, and then you're attuned to their element. Your like main summon that's with you all the time is Carbuncle. And he kind of gets replaced with the giant summon when they come down. And then it comes back to Carbuncle. And then we also have the base Bahamut. Not just the solar one. But this guy actually stays on the field. Because he's like the big summon, right? So he stays. For like 20 seconds or something. Yeah, something like that. And then you go back to the rotation with the other guys. But all of them are like actually part of the main story of the game. So like no matter what you're playing, you're still gonna be fighting all these guys and a bunch of other summons called primals in this one. So you get to, you know, you get to fight all types of them, like Shiva, Ramu, and a bunch of ones that I had never heard of before this game that I'm not sure if they're new or not. It's, yeah, I like it a lot. It's very fun to see like, oh, this is a thing that was in this game. And you're like, oh, okay, that's fun. Because like, I know that Bahamut and Ifrit are like staples of the franchise. But then you also have some wild ones like, let's see here. Midgard's Ormer, good, like the Mughal King. You have Gilgamesh. Just a bunch of, yeah, like Ultima weapon and the Ruby weapon and all those guys. Actually, speaking of Ruby weapon, I kind of want to show you that. Is that Ruby weapon has one of my favorite songs in the entire game, and I love that fight so much. Just like last Final Fantasy, where they can transform from human to beast. Yeah, that's right. They do that in 16, huh? Dominant is what they call it, right? So a cool thing about the... Like, this game is like 100% story focused, even though it's an MMO. So you can play through like 95% of the story on your own. There are some boss fights that require a group, but most of it can be done solo. But the cool thing is that everything is presented as an RPG story, and I love that about this game. And one of my favorite things... You have a guild? I don't, actually. I've completely... skipped past that part of the game. Here we go. I'm gonna max the volume for this because this is one of the best songs in the entire goddamn game. Let's see here. Is it number 2? Yeah. Look at this. If you played 7, you're gonna know this. The Ruby weapon. And then you basically enter the arena for the fight. That's kind of how they deal with most primals or summons in this game. It's like, yo, here it comes. And then you actually have like a huge fight with it. I think it's pretty damn awesome. And the fact that that song turned into a giant meme. It's like, oh, so good. Because it sounds like they're singing Big Fat Tacos. And that kind of, yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's so much of this that's like so heavily, you know, Final Fantasy about this game. Is it the last one here, maybe? Yeah. Like, if you've played old Final Fantasy games, like 4, I think, is this one, or maybe it's 3? It might be 3. Like, you're gonna recognize this place. It's the damn Crystal Tower. Look at that shit. Clean outfit. Thank you. This is my monk. My monk look. Mixed with a few things. You can basically have a wardrobe thing that applies on top of your gear so that you always look the way you want to look. So whenever I swap to a monk, I look like this. And whenever I swap to my main tank job, which is a Dark Knight, I look like this. Whenever I swap over to Summoner, it's supposed to look like this. Not like it looked before. There's a bunch of different jobs. You have Samurai. Dark Knights use sacrifice skills. There's some stuff in here where it's like... You have a thing where basically if they knock you down to 1 HP, you basically hold on for dear life. You're like, hell no, you can't bring me down. And you just stay on 1 HP no matter what they do. Like, yeah, 10 seconds. And that can be such a goddamn power trip. And sometimes it's like, well, I'm just holding on here while... all these enemies are punching me and everyone else is gone, so sometimes it feels completely unnecessary. But then you also have, you can have like a simulacrum called Esteem that fights with you, so he mimics moves you do. I don't have like a target dummy or anything here to punch, but yeah. And since they're a tank, they basically like have a bunch of tank buffs and stuff like that. Do you have Grand Blue Fantasy? No, I haven't ever really dove into Grand Blue at all, honestly. I know next to nothing about Grand Blue. I think it's a fighting game franchise, but even that might be wrong. My Dragoon. Dragoon. Now that we're done with the arc belt thing, I feel like we can
swap the Palico out and go back to my boy. Where is he? The Major General. My boy. He's back. It has an open world similar to this. Oh, okay. That's cool. You hate Dragoon? They do have a lot of jumping stuff, yeah. One of the coolest characters in this game is a Dragoon. At least in my opinion. I think he's, like, hands down one of the best characters in this entire game. Where is it? Yeah, there he is. Now I'm also dressed as a Dragoon, but it's this guy.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here. So, if you but need... Shall I relate it to you?
I thought for sure Estinian had a bunch of stuff to say here, but I guess she's basically monologuing at us at this point. Man. Yeah, then we go into the history. We don't need to watch that. There we go.
Nidhogg. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor...
Estinian?
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Wow.
Good gods! Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
It's actually wild to me how different he sounds compared to...
I believe reason has all but left him.
Newer recordings.
Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels. And the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead?
No.
He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
We're not gonna watch all of this. I just got very nostalgic watching that and kind of just zoned out a bit. It's been years since I played through that part of the storyline, and I love it. I love it. But yeah, basically there's a Dragoon who's like not part of the main gang, but like dips in and out, kind of like how they jump around. He kind of does the same with his group participation, and he's very fun. Did I just get a weapon from the Arkveld fight without noticing? Okay, what do they all look like? Arkveld weapons. I have a video from the Focus about this stuff. Let's watch it. Or at least jump through parts of it. That sword looks neat. By the way, I'm probably gonna do this though. I'm gonna mute the game and we're gonna listen to the music they have in the video. That looks nice. Can you farm Arkveld? Oh yeah. You can go back and fight him as many times as you want. The cool thing about the Monster Hunter like crossover, they also had a previous one years ago with Rathalos. But the cool thing about these fights is that when you go back, you can like grind the fights and collect their scales. And basically turn that in for a bunch of different rewards. Okay, the Gunbreaker one looks good. Straight through the ponytail, but my character doesn't have that, so that's fine. That looks nice. That looks very nice. Okay, what about my weapons as a monk? Jesus. Holy, holy hell. Wow. Those are huge. Okay, Dragoon. I like that it's not a, like, huge thing on the end, so that's very nice. It's a blade, so I like that. This is the type of minimalist stuff that I really appreciate with Dragoon weapons. That's nice. Simple, but I really like it. A ninja? Whoa. They're floppy. That was unexpected. Okay. So they basically get the Kratos weapons he has in the fight. So that's nice. Samurai. The sheath looks cool. Oh. That's very different for samurai. I like that. Oh, dude. The sheath. Good stuff. Reaper. Okay, it's one of the weird sides. It's decent. A little weird. Love all the detail work on here. Very nice. Viper! Dude. That looks awesome. And the connected version they showed there looked really good. Bard. I don't... Whoa, what the hell? Oh, that's cool. Kind of like a mini cloak thing on the back with the quiver. I don't love Bard stuff in general, so I'm not surprised at my reaction to that. Okay. Whoa! He turned into like a crossbow. But it's a gun. Dancer, okay. What can Dancer do? Whoa. That makes sense. Okay, that's nice. Yo, Black Mage gets a damn hammer? That's a thick hammer, okay. For Black Mage and not Warrior? Why? I guess Warrior got an axe, but like... Huh. Summoner. Did it skip Dark Knights? Oh, it did show Dark Knight. Okay. I just didn't love it. Summoner looks nice. It's a book, like always, but it's a cool book. Red Mage. Whoa! That's fur on it. What the hell? Of course, the Pictomancer paintbrush. I don't know what I expected. Looks pretty cool. White Mage. Pretty clean looking staff. A bit busy in my opinion for a staff, but okay, the other book, the Scholar. Looks nice. I feel like we do need some variation with the books at this point. Ooh. That's nice. And Sage. Come on, show me Sage. There we go. Okay, they're huge. What the hell? Kind of look like birds. Oh. Okay. Well, thanks to the Focus for making that video. That's nice of them. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I'm probably just gonna give this to my monk, but I'm gonna think about it for a little bit. He has sick armor in Wilds. Yeah, I wish they would have added that armor with this. We didn't get that. I think we got the base armor. And then we proceed to listen to music from basically Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, this is the armor we got for the event. And I think that's like the starting gear from Wilds, based on what I've read, but I'm not entirely sure. And then we can get the support team cart with the cats that bring you back if you die. That's also a mount we can get. That is starter gear. Okay. We have some songs, the gear, and then there's also the female variant of the gear. At least I'm assuming that's what F stands for. Honestly, that coat looks better. Since we live in the future, I'm guessing I can mix and match the pieces. Can I do this? I can. Now the hood is clipping through the collar though. So what if I do this? Yeah. Like, is this open side on the coat here? I think looks a bit off. I don't know. It basically looks like I'm wearing drapes from the side, so I don't know. But like I said before, I love the gloves. I want this on my Dark Knight look. Yeah, they added a bunch of stuff with this, so very happy about that. Now let's go unlock the new crafters, as I started doing earlier. And then we'll go do the silliest questline in the game that I've yet to catch up on. Where is it? Over here. Not the silly questline, but the crafter questline I started. Basically, they have daily reputation grinds, and throughout the patches they add new factions, and they've recently added, well, first they added Pelu, which was like reputation for normal classes, and then they added Mamulja, which was reputation for gatherers. Now they've added Yukui, which is like giants, and reputation for crafters. So I'm gonna unlock that. But I need to start the fan because it's warm. Very, very warm.
Thank you for waiting. Now, where is this merchant you wished to introduce me to?
So this little guy here has been a real shit, apparently, so now we're just kind of getting back at him.
Nobly, I see. So you two are in cahoots. If you've come to return the corrupted crystals, I'm afraid I do not accept refunds. Didn't Chrane tell you? I'm here to make you an offer. Make me an offer? I wasn't born yesterday. Whatever it is you're planning, I want nothing to do with it.
You did deceive him. The Pelu strive to bring others happiness through trade.
Hogwash. You really expect me to believe I could benefit from another deal with him?
This is not only for your benefit, but that of new customers that you're certain to meet in the future commercial endeavors. On my mask, I swear it.
You can swear upon whatever you like, I still won't believe you. The only thing I trust less than your word is your meager eye for quality. Any product selected by your hand is one unworthy of my stalls. God damn.
I picked it out myself.
You selected it? Well, now that changes things. Considering your wealth of experience in both Eorzea and Tyrol, yours are eyes I can trust.
This dude's a real shit. I see we have your attention. Then without further ado, allow me to present to you my premium selection of high-quality alpaca hairbrushes. The bristles are firm yet supple, gentle on the skin, and exceedingly pleasant. to the touch. Even the most sensitive alpacas can't get enough of it. Indeed, I dare say these brushes are of unparalleled quality. We already have brushes for livestock in Eorzea. Furthermore, the market for such commodity would be limited to farmers, all but squandering any chance to profit. I will not purchase a product merely because it is of good quality. Why not introduce alpacas to the Eorzean markets? Did he not like that? Let us say, hypothetically, that someday alpaca farming were to become widespread throughout Eorzea. Am I to keep a stockpile of these brushes in storage until that day arrives? Gods, I grow wary of this inane discussion. What if you could use it on your own hair? That's seriously where this is going. I must admit, as a merchant, it is important to always make oneself as personable as possible. Yet I am confused as to why you would ask. So people can use the brush as well. Then may I try it for myself? It is a quality product for men and women of good taste. Then the potential market would expand considerably. What did he do? Oh, that's the sound of him brushing his hair. Oh my, this is quite lovely. The way the bristles gently caress my scalp, each stroke gliding through my hair with gentle breeze. Like a gentle breeze. And somehow every strand falls perfectly into place. My hair has never felt so soft and smooth. Yes, consider me interested. I dare say the brushes will sell themselves to those with a like-minded taste for elegance. Now let us discuss payment. By my estimation, a single brush would be worth roughly 10,000 pel, give or take. Oh, speaking of worth, I forgot to mention one terribly important detail. The brushes are made with the hair of a creature indigenous to Tyrol, the Ulong. Specimens are painstakingly chosen for each brush by a master craftsman, paying close attention to the beast's age as well as the texture, thickness, and strength of the hair. I'd say a single brush is worth no less than 2 pel in the 100,000s column. Oh! I beg your pardon, 200,000 pel for a brush? Must be out of your mind. I shall take my business elsewhere. Wait, after purchasing the corrupted crystals from you, I'm in urgent need of funds. If you agree not to disclose this to anyone, I'm willing to sell the brushes to you for half that price. Oh god. You'd go so far as to offer them at half their market price. And it certainly comes as no surprise that you lack capital. You may not find a more opportune bargain, oh this fool. Very well, you have yourself a deal. I shall use all the pel I have on hand to purchase as many brushes as you can offer. What a fool. He fell for it. Okay, so are we gonna, let him in on what's going on? Now then, let us return to my storehouse in Wakumpelu to finalize our transaction. Trust that is fine with you. Indeed, I shall make a short detour to Ikuvlo's Inn to gather my things before joining you. Pray excuse me. Whew, the negotiations went rather well, if I do say so myself. I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. But now the negotiations can truly begin. We should hurry back to Wakumpelu as well. Dude, I know he told me before that he's not gonna go through with selling to him, but I don't know, it feels like we're about to sell to him. I don't know. There you are, Chrane, and now that we're all assembled, let's continue our discussion.
What is there to discuss? The deal is already agreed upon. All that remains is the exchange of goods.
Are you sure? Even if I told you that the actual value of a brush is a single pel in the 10,000s column?
What? You deceived me!
Oh no, nothing of the sort. I merely followed your example. I do personally believe that a single brush is worth 2 pel in the 100,000 column. I also urgently need funds after purchasing those crystals, but more importantly, the brushes are of unparalleled quality.
You think I would be outfoxed by the man I took for a fool? Yet why tell me its true value now? Had you remained silent, you could have made back all the money you lost.
I find that a strange question. Are we not both merchants? Rather than prey on one another, hoping to make our fortunes in a single exchange, would it not be mutually beneficial for us in the long term to become trade partners? As far as I'm concerned, this is a chance I can't afford to let slip away. Foreign merchants willing to sail all the way to Tyrol are few and far between, and I certainly won't have the wherewithal to travel to Eorzea myself anytime soon.
After all I've done, you would ask to be my trade partner? I ply my trade in a city called Ul'dah.
I know it well, I'm from there.
Where the unspoken rule of business is to deceive or be deceived. To seize what opportunities you can and quickly move on. Long-term profits have ever been the furthest thing from my mind. When I first saw you, Nopli, I could sense your naivety. Thus did I approach you with a mind to exploit it, and pawned my worthless corrupted crystals into your eager hands. At the time, I thought it simply business as usual. And yet I am wholly embarrassed by the thought of it now. That you would use the same ploy against me, and for even greater profit, makes it all the more shameful. Nopli, I'm truly sorry for deceiving you. I shall return all the money I took from you and make what amends I can for the trouble I've caused. I do not deserve your forgiveness, let alone your partnership, but if you're certain that is the best course...
I am. But forget about the money. I'd like you to bring back more of those corrupted crystals. I can find some use for them. We'll have a product that can be easily sold for a premium. We can corner the market here in Tyrol. I'm happy to oblige, but until such time that the crystals become profitable here, I could not proceed in good conscience without a product we can both benefit from. If it please you, I'd like to explore our options. I couldn't have convinced Gigimolu without your help, Chrane. Together, I believe he and I can bring others happiness through trade in not only Tyrol, but Eorzea and beyond. I've prepared a small gift for you to show my thanks. Though it is hardly enough, I hope this is some benefit to you during your travels. And if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to find me. We're done! Well, at least with their side of the quest, we still have the giants to talk to. Man, the thing I'm the most excited for when it comes to the next expansion is to hear the new music. Because Dawn Trail has some great music, but not all of it is like my preferred type of music. So I'm just really excited to get like a new like lead motif, really. So did I lose this guy? Yeah. We have to go back and get him. Painful. Yeah, let's go again, more for lore. We already did this once, but we can do it again. We go up this way, maybe? Yeah, look at that. Okay, now are we gonna finish the escort quest? There we go. Man, the music is so goddamn good in this game. Yeah, train you to become a bodyguard. So what's left? The final quest? Bear witness to your first quest. You can do that. Hell yeah, I'll help you. Let's go. Do the sacreds fly in Monster Hunter Wilds? Or is this like an animation unique to this game? Honestly, I think it looks dope. Is that a Minotaur? What the hell? Sure is. Okay. They got the animation right. That's nice. I mean, I heard Monster Hunter got like 2 of the classes from here, apparently. So that's kind of cool too. I think you got Dark Knight and Pictomancer, right? Which is one hell of a combination of classes. Like, I think I understand why they picked those 2, because like Dark Knight has a huge 2-handed sword, which is like very Monster Hunter coded. Like, huge weapon, check. Also, it's a very like signature class of the game, so that also makes a lot of sense. But then you have Pictomancer, which is like newest expansion, very different from the Dark Knight, caster. But the fact that it's like a painter and you can see the like water paint and stuff in the air is really fun, but also a weird choice for Monster Hunter in my opinion. But I guess it's because it's new. But then I'm like, why didn't they choose Viper then? Because they're like actual hunters. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to add 2 classes with just swords. Hello, Morbol. Well, something went wrong. Go, go, go. Find them. Aha! Big Morbol. I did a good job. Like, don't these guys look like the Prophet of Truth from Halo? Like, actually.
The Halo ring.
We did it. A more for lore. The naming conventions of the giants is quite something. Damn, look at that lake. As a fisherman, I could get used to being here. I'm max level fishing, yeah, so we don't really need to do any fishing. Do, 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 do. Go back. Teleport back to town. Do, do. Do, do, do. More for Lord the Defender! Yay! Nice. And then the quest that brings it all together for the new faction.
recall the fisher who said he would sing my praises to his people. Rather than wait for his words to bring new clients to me, I want to take the initiative and travel to Wakumpelu and sell my services. However, I am aware that Pelu are still intimidated by my kind. You wouldn't happen to know any there who would use a bodyguard, one with whom you may have worked before.
As a matter of fact, yes.
A merchant named Nopley, you say? Perhaps you could make the journey to Wakumpelu and speak to him on my behalf. I do not mean to suggest you will be going alone. I shall descend the cliff and wait for you just outside the village, so as not to cause a disturbance.
Look at our boy, exploring the world.
Well, if it isn't Chrane, thanks again for helping me work things out with Gigi Molu. As for those corrupted crystals, I've stored them in a warded pot to contain their chaotic energies. Good news is, I think I know just how to put them to use. Right, enough about me. Is there something I can do for you?
Morforlor the Defender? Of course I've heard of him. He's the Yokhui who saved one of our fishermen, right? Everyone's been talking about it. I would love to make his acquaintance. In fact, I might even have a job for him. How soon can we meet? He's outside of town, so soon?
What do you mean he came down the cliff? Wow, these Yokhui are something else. In any case, if he's nearby, then now is as good a time as any.
We ran. Boy sprinted out of camp. Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Incredible, not a single scratch on him.
I see you have brought your friend, Nopley, was it? I thank you for the introduction. Nopley, I'm told you are a merchant by trade. If you should have need of a bodyguard, I would gladly offer my services.
Hi there, Morforlor. You know, I'd heard the rumors, but now that I've seen you in the flesh, I can tell you're every bit a stalwart, as they say. This might be a golden opportunity for us both. You see, I want to make a deal with the folks at Chirwagur Saltern? Thing is, the Chirwagur are infamous for bullying the weak into buying their salt at outrageous prices. The word no tends to invite vicious neck throttlings, or so it's strongly intimidated. But hey, I like a good challenge, and as long as you have my back, I'm sure I needn't fear for my neck, right? So follow me.
That sounds wonderful.
With your help, it seems, I have already secured another commission. Yet I must confess a feeling of unease. The Kirwagur cling to the glory of the old days, when the Yokhui ruled over all. In their eyes, to wield violence and take that which they covet is right and true. Regardless, I shall do whatever it takes to keep Nopley safe.
Oh, it's these guys. Okay. I remember them from the main quests. They're the red armored giants. I never expected these guys to get tied into anything again, so I'm surprised. Oh, poor guy. Scared shitless.
It is as I feared.
I just wanted to barter. What offense is there in that?
Greedy tongue this one has.
The divine blessing is not for him. Surrender coin and be gone. By divine blessing, they refer to their salt, and Nopli is in no position to bargain. The best course may be to retreat. You would ask your client to abandon his hopes? Oh. I see now. My duty is not only to ensure his safety, but to ensure his success as well. Ugh. Yes, I know what must be done. I am he who is named Morfurlur, and who lay hands upon his Pelu shall suffer the same violence tenfold. Morfurlur, the Temple Guardian, slayer of many monsters. His stories all know. That one is friend Shubuklamat, who bestowed Valigarmanda on holy ground. Bested Valigarmanda on holy ground. And I'm Ralph Wiggum, and I'm in danger. Terribly sorry about this. I didn't mean to pressure anyone. Let's see if we can negotiate an agreement, and if not, the three of us will be on our way before you know it. Of course, I wouldn't waste your time if I wasn't confident I could offer something worth your while. As we all know, the flames of Valigarmanda linger on in these parts, yes? Well, I have to imagine all that everlasting fire would have less than desirable effects on your crops and livestock. That's why you're forced to sell your salt at such high prices, right? You have to make a living somehow. But what if I told you... What if I told you could use these corrupted crystals? That sentence feels weird, but also it would be weirder if there were two you next to each other. Like, what if I told you you could use these corrupted crystals? Like, that's probably grammatically incorrect, but what if I told you could use these corrupted crystals? That also sounds weird because it sounds like something's missing. Whatever. Imported from distant Eosia to solve your woes. These crystals have the ability to change the elemental aspects of natural energies. By constructing a series of converters, you could turn those undying flames into nutrients for the soil and all sorts of wonderful things. The possibilities are endless. You offer miracle crystals for salt. Cups of gold hide black intent. Any merchant who wears his mask is sworn to uphold the peddler's code of honor. We Pelu pride ourselves in spreading joy through trade. This little trader protects his reputation with the same ferocity. You protect the Holy Lands, to see his truth and heed his words. Corrupted crystals turn fire to earth, fill soil with life, and Urkopacha with green. False promises all. Little one offers nothing for divine blessing. Be gone. Well, we tried. But this guy's still here. I will trust and trade divine blessing for your crystal. I cannot keep doing that voice. You cannot tell Kirwagur apart. But we met before. With Vorporlor. Uklamat saved me from Mountain Bird. Ah! I remember you. Flashback, yep. Yeah. That was a good moment. Pew, 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 pew. I remember her and our debts. The trader speaks. Wisdom too, he is worthy. My kin, they are slow to change, proud and afraid, but not forever. With time comes truth and proof and trust. Huge. Look at the smiley boy. He's so happy. Well done, team. Without your guidance, I would have forgotten my duty. Thank you. Of all your many connections forged here in Tyrol, I never dreamed one of them would be with the Kiwagur. Now then, we probably shouldn't wear out our welcome. Let's return to Warlord's Echo. So is he just gonna plop you on his back and climb down the mountainside? Like, how are you? Oh, never mind. This is Warlord's Echo. It's still on the top of the mountain. My bad. My B. How do you get down later? Like how you like paraglide off the side, or like that didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Only managed to trade one measly crystal for a fistful of salt. But if we look on the bright side, it was a small yet crucial step towards building a trade relationship with the Carwoger Saltern. And to me, that's the biggest, wildest success I could have ever hoped for. Next step, stock up on all different kinds of corrupted crystals from Gigimolu. Then try my hand at building an elemental converter. I just know I can find a market for these things, one way or another. Plus, once the Carwogers see actual results, they're sure to come around. Yes, this is all thanks to you, Chrane, and your seemingly endless cavalcade of acquaintances. If that ain't this game in a nutshell, then I don't know what is. Last but certainly not least, I'm grateful you were here to protect me, Morforlor. Meeting them in person was a lot scarier than I thought it would be, and, well, were it not for you, I might have lost my nerve completely. Likewise, I was moved by your impassioned pitch. As a bodyguard, it was an honor to support such a noble aspiration. You're making me blush. Anyway, I dare say I'll have plenty more work to offer you in the coming days, assuming you're up for it, of course. Chrane, it was you who gave me the confidence to pursue a new line of work, and for that I will always carry your memory in my heart. I pray you carry mine in yours wheresoever your journey takes you. That's sweet. It's very sweet. Nice. Now we can actually unlock the crafters. I'm assuming it's this. And when that's done, we can start Hildibrand, which is the silly, goofy stuff. I'm not sure how many parts we'll play of it. There's 3 out right now. What do we want to level? I guess Carpenter? Let's do that. Look at me. Hiya. I am a carpenter. What's up? Ah, traveler from across the salt. Greetings. You may call me Farafar. Sure. You seem the type to have friends all along the width and breadth of our continent. Do you by chance know any particularly skilled artisans? If you could introduce them to me, I would be eternally grateful. Sure, I know a few. You are a deft hand at crafting. Well, then I'm in luck. As is all of Warlord's Echo. We are under threat, you see, and require the help of one such as you to survive. Is it a new song? Great avalanche has swallowed a place known as Zergort, the Open-Armed, once home to a sacred altar and its keepers. Although thankfully uninhabited at the time, I fear this was no accident.
No, this destruction was caused by the snow spirits of Urkopacha. While we Yokhui lived in harmony with these spirits for generations, they have as late become possessed by an inconsolable rage. None know why, and attempts at reason have only stoked their anger further. There is, however, a way to quell the spirits, a ceremony known as the Pact, which must be performed at the altar which was once so carefully maintained. An old friend taught me this. Yet therein lies our problem. The avalanche swept away much of the altar and its surroundings. We must repair it quickly so the rite can be performed. If we fail, all of Urkopacha may succumb to the spirit's wrath. I'm having trouble imagining the extent of the damage. Probably a lot. That is to be expected. Very well, let us visit what little remains. It will help you understand more clearly what is at stake. To the south of Whirler's Echo, you will find stairs leading to the ritual sites. The guard at the top will allow us passage up the mountain. So we get an entire new area for the crafters? That's cool. I like that. Oh, those stairs. Oh yeah. Alpaca! Woo! Can fly. A fluffy flying alpaca. Magical. Truly magical. Honestly, I've never seen this side of the map before. I don't know if they've added this recently, but I have not seen this staircase before. You came. Good. Before we cross the pass, might I ask your name? I feel like that's fair. Or Farafar? Chrane? Wait. The very same Chrane who felled Veligarmanda? My apologies, I had no idea I was among one of our saviors. Not that I was doubtful before, but I suddenly feel much better about our chances for success. Come now, our destination is not far. Okay, snow area. Nice. We don't have many of those. Oh. Honestly, whoa, chair, okay. Dude, I need to look into what's wrong with this chair, goddamn. Okay, so this town has basically been destroyed by this. This is what remains of Zergort the Open-Armed. Damage is unlike anything I have ever seen. Even our histories contain few stories of such destruction. That structure at the far end is the Breathless Altar, where the ritual was performed. Although to see it now, one could hardly guess what purpose it served. Do you feel that? Something beyond the usual chill in the air. Oh. I don't know how I'm supposed to fight this with a saw. There. Arr. That's one way to send a message. They left, thank goodness. To think they would be so bold. You've seen now the frenzy which grips them, yet they looked almost frightened by you. Have you encountered these spirits before?
Maybe.
You bested them during the feat of proof? Well, I should expect no less from one who defeated a Tural Vidral. If you are even half as good as crafting as you are at fighting, I believe we are in good hands. Yet, even if the spirits are felled, they will be born again when next the snow falls, and they will rage. Hiccups? Fun. The pact is the only way we can set things right, yet even if the altar were whole, there are none left who know the ritual, how the ritual was conducted. Dar Torgor was the final caretaker remaining, and a dear friend of mine. However, before the avalanche buried all this, her body was lost in a tragic accident. What little I know of the pact I learned from her. I never encouraged her to speak more of this sacred practice. Now I wish I had. Now I must make up for my lack of curiosity. I will learn how to appease the spirits in Dar Torgor's stead.
The Rings of Halo.
For many years she was Urkupacha's silent guardian. I shall take up the mantle she left behind. Now that you have seen the scale of the undertaking before you, I ask you once more, will you join me in rebuilding Zergorta, the open-armed?
Count me in. I'm interested to see this pact for myself. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Chrane. You have given me hope in these dark times. Before we get started on the altar proper, we should first restore the building where Dar Torgor lived so we might have shelter.
I'm actually kind of excited for this questline. I think this is going to be dope. I'm basically going to be rebuilding this entire place.
It was fittingly called Warmth, and she lodged there with the other caretakers. It should make the perfect base from which to conduct our restoration. Now, rest assured, I do not intend for just us to shoulder this burden. We would do well to recruit a few more pair of helping hands. I suppose that will be my first request. Please ask around Warlord's Echo for anyone willing to lend aid. I will make what preparations I can for the work ahead.
Cool. What about you? Wanna help us?
The avalanche caused all that damage? I see. You know, I spoke with Dar Torgor once, some years ago now. She said she lived alone in the mountains and was the sole keeper of an altar up there. Despite her solitary life, she seemed a bright and kind soul. I was saddened to hear her body was lost when she suffered that terrible fall. I had always hoped that she would visit again and tell me more about her unique experiences. Although I only met her the one time, I will not soon forget Dar Torgor. To honor her memory, I pledge my aid to Zergort, the Open Arms reconstruction. My trade is carpentry. But I am ready and willing to help wherever it is needed. I shall speak with Farafar to see where I can be of use.
Okay. Morpholure!
It has been too long since last we met, Chrane. I come here with no plea to trade, but the people seem unsettled somehow. Ah, the spirits. That explains why we were attacked by a group one snowy day not long ago. We greeted them kindly as usual, but were assailed with icy magic without warning. I had no choice but to drive them back or risk Nopli's life. But the incident has been troubling me ever since. They are our neighbors here in Urkopacha, after all, and they have lived in harmony, and we have lived in harmony for so long.
I take it that's why you're recruiting others to your aid? You never change, do you? Always eager to help those in need. Unfortunately, the life of a merchant demands that we don't rest our feet for too long. Perhaps we can send others your way. Only the best, of course. We promise to share what you told us today with anyone whose ear we can bend. Now, let's be off, Morpholure. Farewell, you two. Beautiful friendship, those two. Wonderful stuff.
The spirits have been acting passing strange. It is true. Their usually harmless tricks have become malicious, with merchants and other innocent beings attacked unprovoked. Usually they appear on snowy days and invite passerby to frolic under the falling flakes. What could have gotten into them? Regardless, this problem affects all of us in Urkopacha. If repairing the altar will help, then my supply of masonry is at your disposal.
Strapping Yokui. You need help rebuilding Zergorta, the open-armed? Ah, I know the place. A group of Yokui lived up there and looked after an altar, right? It was quite the trek, as I recall. They would visit from time to time. I knew there weren't many of them left, but hadn't heard the last of them had gone. Terrible news. But if you're going to rebuild their legacy, you'll need brawn. I have plenty of that to offer. Well, Chrane, I think we have a dependable crew to get started with. Voyager here seems especially eager to pitch in.
If I may, Farafar, I can do much more than shovel snow and haul stones. I'm willing to assist in planning and reconstruction from start to finish. With you in charge of the larger picture, I can assign people to work where it is needed most. Having overseen many projects of this scale, I believe this to be the surest path to completion.
You would do all that? Then I would be grateful to accept your help, Voyager.
You are most welcome to it. Now, before we can get started, do you happen to know where Darturgor's living sepulchre can be found? Upon it must be engraved stories of her life and work. It may shed some light on the mysteries of the snow spirits and the pact itself.
Now that you mention it, I have no clue. It was likely erected near the altar, but if so, then it too may have been buried in the avalanche.
I see. Well then, since the snow must be cleared away anyways, we can search for the sepulchre in the meantime. We'll find it, I am certain.
The sepulchres are kind of like gravestones for them, so that's what they're talking about. That's how they're remembered as a people.
Oh, there you are.
Wurfartar. I don't know if we met him. There you are. You're the ones rebuilding the altar, right? Nobly told me you needed more help.
When I say how fearlessly he wheeled and dealed with the Kroager, I knew I had to become his pupil in trade, and so here I am. Consider me Nobly's eyes and ears. If you need someone to make deals with other merchants or procure supplies, then leave it to me. Come on, Pluto.
Not picking up the whistling.
I know Nopli has been making a name for himself as of late. If he vouches for you, then welcome aboard.
This project is off to a better start than I ever imagined. We have all the help we need, and then some. So now is as good a time as any for the hands of Zergorta to rebuild Warm. Give me quests, please. Give me daily quests. Speak to me when you're ready to use those expert skills I recruited you for, Chrane.
Let's go.
Now, first things first, restoration of our soon-to-be living quarters. The heavy lifting and building can be left to us, Yokui, while you craft the supplies we need for some of the finishing touches. If we are to live among these frozen peaks, we require flooring, which will insulate us from the cold. The space is large, so we'll need a few boxes worth. Can I count on you for that? Here, should be everything you require for the task, but if by chance you run out, Wurfartar will provide you with more. While you do that, I shall assign tasks to the others. Let us get to work then. Level 90 stuff, okay. So, can I do this thing where I just swap to another job that's level 100? And do it that way? Beautiful. Uh-huh. Did it. Hello, Chrane. How goes the crafting? Ah, I see your skills were no mere boast. Excellent work. Now, thanks to you, Warmth will be a place worthy of its name. Please feel free to rest a while. We will take it from here. Okay, so are we getting to see the house being put together? Sounds like it. Yo! There's a house. We have a hub. Dude, that's a big building. I'm just going to assume that this is where we're getting the quests. Why, everyone works so eagerly as if they have forgotten entirely the biting cold without. The sight truly speaks to the quality of your contribution.
I made 3 boxes.
The road ahead of us is long, but I'm glad we have taken our first step upon it together. I hope you will continue to lend us your expertise.
Yes.
Are you watching Dartorgor? I promise you that soon the spirits and Yokhui will live in peaceful harmony once again. The collapsed living quarters have been repaired, marking the beginning of Zergort's the Open Arms restoration. Yet snow spirits must still be appeased. Only by continuing their work can Farafar and her crafters... Farafar's a woman, okay. Farafar and her crafters quell the spirit's rage and bring peace to the mountains. Aha. Now get 3 daily quests, which is great. And oh, we get them here. Okay. Perfect. Oh, never mind. I was like, they changed it? No, I'm just stupid. Dude, I still have that zit inside my nostril. It's so frustrating. It hurts. Oh. Super progress for 5 points. Beautiful. Really? Oh, it's just in the giant town. The Yokhui town. Only running. Okay, no flights. This is gonna be dope to see this place evolve. Should be 3 days worth of quests for the first rank, I think. So we're not really going to be unlocking anything more from doing these quests. Huge doors. A cumbersome crate. Okay. Swapping over to blacksmith. There's this whole thing in this expansion with like crafting on the moon and stuff. I haven't touched that yet. I am intimidated by the content. There are some like armor sets you can get from there that I kind of want though, so I probably will have to get into that sooner or later. Smithing. This is a cool version of the leitmotif. There we go. 3 of all of them.
Back to Carpenter. Turn this in. Perfect. Back to Warlord's Echo. Same song, by the way, just or same melody, just very differently used. There we go. Daily's done. Go. And yeah, 2 more days of that, and we rank up. Nice. Now then, I guess all that's left is to actually do the Hildibrand stuff. I feel like we can do the first parts. Dawn Trail Hildibrand. That's one quest, right? Yeah. I also don't remember all the voices I did for these characters, so, you know, let's go check that out before we do anything else. Videos. Where are my Hildibrand videos? There they are. Okay. Let's mute the game. Okay, so what class was I playing?
Individual capable.
Paladin, apparently.
I have no idea what it sounded like initially. This, by the way, I'm gonna...
I remember Hildy's voice.
I thought we had moved past this. As a matter of fact, we were just about to continue our investigation into the alchemist road. I've been traveling with lots of papers, comrade.
Okay.
I mean, that is to say, I'm merely ordering in the inspector's wake. You needn't be so modest, my dear Inspector Brandyhild. It is wrong of me to comport myself as an equal
What does
to you.
what does Nashu sound like? That's the thing I need answers to here.
About that, huh? And we... Boy was... I don't... Damn dude, man. Thought you destroyed that... You don't want help? Super... or Vanuti, the merchant who tried to buy yet... Just... No one who learns of our scheme can be suffered to live. Prepare to be squashed, meddlesome worms. Another fight. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, this is what we're about to do tonight.
Fights, only one, I'm assuming. Never mind. Maybe there's a fight. 3 more sinister skullmen. Was the doctor a quadruplet? Is this mom? His mom? Yeah. Biggest frying pan on earth. I wouldn't want to mess with her, guys.
Jesus. Mother?
There has to be a scene where Nashu speaks, dude. I just want to know what her voice sounds like.
Sir, the damn warrior of light's here. Do I take him with me?
Like, there has to be a scene where Nashu speaks. Was she actually the sidelined in Endwalker? Then it's just a bunch of weapons at the end. Huh. Honestly, this surprises me greatly. Does she have no voice lines here at all? You know what? I'm finally find a clip of me doing her voice. You know it's gonna be like a very simple just, oh, Inspector, ba 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 ba. So it's not gonna be worth me looking at this even, so. Brandy Hild. The Elephant Boy. Nope. Okay. Weird. What if I look at one of the earlier ones then? Here we go.
Then my calculations were wrong. The inspector didn't land in Kurthus.
Okay. So that was not worth the hunt for that information. Okay. Okay. Let's let's go. Audio stream's current bitrate is what? Ah. That's not correct, is it? Hold on. Stream's current bitrate is what? No, sounds fine. Okay. Do I have my outfit? Do I not have my outfit? We need the outfit for the Hildibrand quests. God damn it. Okay. Let's put together an outfit so absurd. The inspector will not know what to do with it. God, no. Not that. Can I just apply the whole thing? Perfect. Do 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 do. Wow. That actually looks dope as hell. I mean, this is a Manderville. This sword, that is a Manderville, so I should probably be using that, but I don't know. Let's do this. This one. That's better. Perfect. And we swap to Paladin. and do this. Wait, do I now have... Hello, hello. I want to hide the sword. So let's do that. Hide the shield, rather. So let's do that. Perfect. About to go help the Manderville man. Yeah. Displaced inspector. Aha! Hello, Nashu! It's time for Dawn Trail Hildibrand. Oh, look at this.
Why, hello there, Chrane. Oh, how serendipitous that we should cross paths in this far-flung nation. Have you come all this way to lend me a hand? Because let me tell you, I could use the help.
What's he done this time?
You see, I've been doing my absolute darndest to track down the inspector ever since Mr. Poo-Poo's starship whisked him off to God's only nowhere.
Oh, I forgot that's how that ended. Okay.
My best lead turned out to be the Thavnarian truth. Eyewitness accounts in the latest issue described a shiny craft headed west across the ocean, so I packed a few things and headed as far west as I was able. This is where I ended up, and I made few inquiries since my arrival, and I've mostly been acclimatizing myself to the native cuisine. Very important step, that. Anyway, seeing as fate has sent you to assist me, I suppose it's time I continued questioning the locals on the matter of unidentified flying gentlemen. Here, this should help aid in our investigations.
Please be an image of Papu. Oh, perfect. I love it.
It's an illustration of the starship.
I had a hunch.
Clipped from Dorian's publication.
I love that this is him like zooming in on the picture. That's so good.
Having this on hand should make it much easier to explain what we're looking for.
Got it.
I'll ask around the markets hereabouts. As for you, well, I've yet to venture beyond the food stall, so practically anywhere else but here. If you learn any useful information, come and find me around this spot. I'll be stuffing my ears with delicious intelligence.
If the Landsguard's duty to remain vigilant for threats and unusual developments that may warrant their investigation. It is the Landsguard. Oh, words. It may be prudent to visit Bright Plume Post and question the soldiers. Well, you keep doing your hard work, Nashu. And I'll go find your boss. Yes, is it something I can help you with? Have you seen this starship? The what? Actually, I have seen a vessel like that. It was some time before Zeralja's flying ships appeared. I watched it limp northwards through the skies above Tulialal, wobbling about like it might crash to the ground at any moment. So it's in Shaloni? Searching for a strange ship, you say? What the crap is this?
Yes, I saw a flying disc just like that during a patrol in Shaloni. It was slowly drifting towards the ground and seemed to come down somewhere in Yasulani. If you're determined to find it, then that's where you should try next. What were they calling the place that's covered by the dome now? Heritage found? He crashed in the dome. Interesting. Okay, Hrothgar looks pretty cool in that armor. I mean, especially when they don't, like, are hunched over as if they've broken several discs in their spine. But like that, they look dope. Nashu.
My forays into the stalls bore no fruit at all. None starship shape, anyway. How was your harvest, then?
I found it. Let's go.
Those are some solid leads. Nice work, Chrane. So, by the sounds of things, the ship was malfunctioning and eventually came down somewhere to the north of here. With any luck, this hostage found you mentioned will be the place we find the inspector.
I doubt it will be so simple, and certainly not without incident, knowing how matters involving the inspector tends to go.
Well, with you as my escort,
Is she just gonna ignore that?
I'm sure we'll arrive at the right spot eventually, and none the worse for wear. Shall we head off?
Sure. It's him! The little spy. He ran off. After him, guard. Get him. Whoa, okay, so we went far into Heritage Found.
The air is all crackly and zappy. This is where the starship supposedly came down, so let's start our search for the inspector. The standard investigative procedure dictates that we question the residents for possible gentleman sightings. Off we go! Yahoo!
Come on, Torgal. Let's go get the inspector. Let's find him. What? Oh. At a distance, I thought this person was wearing like a bunny mask. You know, like a hood coming up over the face. And the blue thing to be an eye. And then I come closer and it's just a bunny person. He's in there. He's getting shocked.
This is a small settlement, and all its inhabitants are known to me. If a man of such distinctive appearance and demeanor were among us, I'm sure I would have noticed. Perhaps he's wandering around somewhere inside Solution 9. They have so many more people, he could easily go unnoticed in the crowds. You were here as Queen Sven's guest, as I recall. If your companions wishes to enter the city as well, then I suggest you make arrangements with the sentry at the tower entrance.
Oh, Solution 9, that sounds promising. Thank you for the tip.
Okay, bye, Nashu. So, things aren't going well, are they? For this guy. Well, he probably deserves it. Am I
mechanical sentry.
Visitor detected. Verifying access rights. Unlimited Everkeep access confirmed.
Hi, I've been here too many times. You should know me by now.
Scanning unregistered visitor. Warning. Warning. Explosive device detected. Entry denied.
Of course. She always has a bomb on her.
I'm not carrying explosives. This is medicine for treating Inspector Hildibrand's condition.
Explosive medicinal compounds? Error. Does not compute.
I feel like at this point I should probably just do like a battle droid, like B1 battle droid impression, like,
Error. Does not compute. Not us. We're independent thinkers. Roger, 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 roger. Does not compute.
It's really quite simple. Inspector Hildibrand was sucked up by Master Poo-Poo's malfunctioning starship, after which it proceeded to drag him thousands of miles away and deposit him here. Ergo, you need to let me pass so I can blow away his brain cobwebs.
Roger, roger. Error. Logic circuits overloading. Emergency shutdown initiated.
she's too powerful.
Must be nap time. I guess we could just go in.
Oh man. He's hiding behind the robots. He's persistent, I'll give him that. Okay, now shoe.
Oh, that's a good-sized city.
I'll say.
Well, there's one sure way of locating the inspector in a place like this. If there's an ongoing case, then that's where he'll be. Let's head to the lively part of town and look into any nefarious incidents, shall we? You do know which is the lively part?
Sure. I think.
Trueview? And that's in the eastern sector, you say? Right then, let's get to it.
I was about to suggest the part with the Arcadian, so I guess that is the correct one. Yeah. Gabbro? What do you have? Gabbro, what do you unlock? Hold on. Gabbro. Oh, is it just higher difficulty stuff? Okay. So I guess I haven't unlocked Savage for the latest tier of the raid? No, I haven't. Or? No. You only have light heavyweights, not cruiserweight. So that's why he's on the map. Good to know. Fix that some other time. We need to find the inspector. What? Like a crime? Now that you mention it, I did hear about a theft recently. Is this for the correct quest? Our city is peaceful by and large, but anywhere you have a lot of people, incidents like these are bound to occur. Oh? Okay. What crime? Man, it's Dwight's cousin from the office. A case, huh? I've heard talk of an odd, squealing creature of some sort, but I don't know if that's the kind of thing you're looking for.
Recent troubles? I saw a pair of soldiers mobilizing not moments earlier, responding to disturbance, it seems.
I don't think it was far from here, but I'm a bit hazy on the details. Sounds good to me. Come, Nashu.
Oh, I also heard about that theft. Something was stolen from a nearby tavern, apparently. I got directions to the scene of the crime, so let's head over together.
She said and left me behind. Please, Hildibrand. Please. Please, Hildibrand. A thief absconded with an aged bottle of spirits, the most expensive one in my establishment. I demand you find this criminal at once.
No need to get all hot and bothered. The culprit is right under your nose.
I should have known. Hold on. No need to get all hot and bothered. The culprit is right under your nose. Is he a private detective now? Admit it, punk. You pinched the hooch. I love that they gave it a Dutch angle as soon as he started being himself. That's perfect. Me? But why would you think? With the supply of souls cut off, folks with a habit have turned to black market rackets. And luxury goods of dubious provenance is one way of paying the asking price. A top-shelf bottle of juice would make for a fine trade, I'd say. By the by, you know there's a method for identifying contraband souls. Your regulator logs would tell the tale. Is he suddenly, like, super good at his job? Don't want to let us check him? Be my guest. I took a gander at the cabinet where the bottle was stored, and the lock showed obvious signs of tampering. Electro-picking tools are awful hard to handle, aren't they? Most amateurs get signed, but you got scorch marks all over your mitts. Singed. Most amateurs get singed, but you've got scorch marks all over your mitts. Give it up, kid. We've got you dead to rights. Did he actually? After they suspended soul provisions, I couldn't stop worrying about the future. It was a moment of weakness. He's a good detective now. Save it for the authorities. Take him away, boss. Thank you.
Roger, roger.
That was Inspector Hildibrand, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's not Hildy. Oh my god, I didn't even consider this. Of course, it's the reflection of him. It's the 9th. It's the Hildy from the 9th. Of course. It's not the one we know. So that's why he's supposed to have a gravelly voice. Okay.
Give it up, Nashu.
Wait, what?
Come, Nashu.
That's probably what I'll do for his voice in the future. He didn't look very gentlemanly. So maybe this expansion we're just traveling with the 9th Hildibrand.
You must still be in shock after the starship's crash landing. A healthy dose of Nashu's delights will put him to rights.
Uh-oh. Here? You're doing that here? Maybe not in such a populated area. Let's make absolutely sure it's him first, shall we?
I suppose that would be the responsible course of action. Come on, we should hurry along before we lose sight of this ungentlemanly Hildibrand.
The ungentlemanly Hildibrand. Come, Nashu.
Let's go. I should have known that our Hildibrand would never be good at his job.
Wow, 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 wow. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Nashu!
He walked that way. Or was it more of a mosey?
Does it matter? Okay. Hildibrand. Oh. He does look slightly different somehow.
Let me offer you an egg in this trying time.
Why are you... Okay. That's awesome. Dude, the food tech, they're just showing off at this point.
He looks like the inspector, but he's a touch old and mopey.
It could be our Hildibrand, but he's been here so long because time moves faster.
Years passed inside the dome, and if Inspector Hildibrand was here when that happened, that would put him in his 50s.
He was in his 20s before this? Are you serious? He was in his 20s? I thought he was in his like late 30s, early 40s.
He must have been living here so long that he's forgotten everything about his previous life. Luckily, I've just the thing to jog his memory.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's time. Oh boy. Here it comes. No. Think I wouldn't notice such an obvious tale? I don't know what your game is, but bombs ain't toys. Best put them away before you hurt someone or yourself. So it's not him? Or has he just forgotten? Like me, I see neither of you are sporty regulators, so I suggest you be more careful with the only lives you've got.
Sir, don't you remember us? You're Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Gentleman Inspector Extraordinaire.
Yeah! I've been called a lot of things, but nothing so insulting as a gentleman. It's the 9th. Whoa! I am a weathered old fool with too many debts and regrets. Detective Hardboiled. Hardy-boiled. Yo!
Very impressive, but even with that name and those odd clothes, you might as well be the inspector's older, more wrinkled twin.
I thought that's what my character was. Did you see my face, by the way? I was like... Hate to break it to you, but you're barking up the wrong tree. Hardy boiled. Incredible. He's from the 9th, obviously. Maybe he will help us find the original Hildibrand. He lost his egg. Can I offer you an egg in this trying time? Now, Shu, I have questions. What the shit are you doing?
Oh no. Oh no. She made an egg. Did she cook it or did she make it out of like a metal? Because I'm worried.
You seem awfully fond of these hard-boiled eggs. Here, this one's on me.
Thanks, Dollface. You're a peach. Is it gonna explode? Ow. Now shoot. Oh man. Why is she like this? Well, he still has the trench coats. Bruh. What are we doing? This is so stupid. Whew. That's one way to cure a hangover. You got me good. I feel like I should just do the normal Hildy voice for him. That's one way to cure a hangover. You got me good.
Maybe we really do have the wrong person. That indestructibility is awfully Manderville-like, though.
He's from the 9th. I've seen a few cases of this twin person phenomenon in the dome. It might be someone who shares the same soul as Hildibrand. From the 9th.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but I can see that you're not who I thought you were. And that we need to keep searching.
A missing person, is it? If that's the rub, you can leave the sleuthing to me.
Oh, we could really use your help.
By the sounds of things, this fella looks a lot like me. What'd you say his name was? Hildibrand? I'll find him, don't you worry. I can feel a hunch coming on already. He's just not gonna do anything about his coats.
Are we sure that isn't the inspector?
A photo finish. Yo, that's awesome. Get a freeze frame of us. Awesome. Beautiful. It's already done.
I'd like to rush off and do some investigative work on my own. This city still has my head spinning. I think I'll wait and see if this Detective Hardboiled is as good as he seems. Meanwhile, you should go back to whatever it is that famous adventurers do when they're not embroiled in one of our fantastical cases.
That's the end of part 1. Oh, of course. How could I forget? The dame had me looking for a needle in a neon-lit haystack, a city with an allergy to sleep. This twin of mine had well and truly lost himself. The trail was colder than the ice at the bottom of my glass. Was that Brandyhild? But I could smell it in the air. Like the cloying stench of cheap perfume. A conspiracy. Stay tuned for further episodes of Detective Hardboiled. Yo! All my favorite characters. Oh?
Nashu!
Is it his Nashu? What the shit? Oh no. Is that his Noshu or is it still our Noshu? I don't know. I don't know. That's actually incredible. Okay, it is Noshu.
The inspectors finally set foot upon the Dawn Trail. Get ready for inconceivably further Hildibrand adventure.
He's just sitting there. And Godbird is dancing. Oh, this thing's back.
Who knows what the case will be this time? When it happens, whatever happens, you'll be there on the scene. Bye-bye.
Oh, I love this questline so much. Can you believe that when this questline started, I didn't enjoy it? When I started doing this questline in A Realm Reborn, I was not enjoying it at all. And that's why I didn't record the Realm Reborn stuff for the questline. But then I watched Jesse play it, and I'm like, I love the energy he has around this questline, just accepting how insanely stupid and goofy everything is about it. And then when I got back into it, because I only watched him play through A Realm Reborn, right? That questline. And then I resumed my own playthrough of the Hildibrand stuff and did Heavensward, and I'm like, I'm enjoying this so much more now that I've seen the way Jesse enjoyed the questline. I'm like, okay, I fully understand what they're going for now, and I think it's just so goddamn funny. And at this point, I sincerely just love these characters. It's so stupid, and I love every second of it. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of tonight's stream. So yeah, we did some Hildibrand stuff. We still have 2 parts of that questline to play through, but for now, that's it. That's all, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I know this is different from all the Digimon stuff we've been streaming the past month, but I would like to be able to stream a variety of things. I'm not gonna just stick to one video game, though I will keep trying to get through the Digimon Nuzlocke. That is my current main thing that I'm trying to achieve. But after that, I do want to be able to go and play other things, you know? I don't want to stick to just one game, because that's not going to be fun for me or you. So, in the future, after the Nuzlocke is eventually done, hopefully, you know, you never know, we might be on that trail forever, but I will try to get the Nuzlocke done fairly soon. After that, I want to start the Final Fantasy franchise playthrough. I've started Tactics. I'm gonna finish that first whenever I get back to doing that, you know? So Tactics will be the first one we do, the remake they released, and then, you know, from there we'll go through the franchise in release order. That's the goal right now, which means that we will be going through the years of these games being released. And we will tie back into this game at the end, you know? When we get to 14, we will play the 14 expansions in the order they were released. Having 15 and 16 show up in between there as well. So it's gonna be a long one, but I will probably put some games in between, so we don't just turn into a straight up Final Fantasy channel, because that's not the point either. So every week there will be at least something different from the main thing that I'm doing. So, and we have like a Path of Exile 2 league starting in December, where apparently I'm gonna get to play the Druid finally, so that's also something that's happening. But there's like a lot of stuff we could do with all this in the future. I just, you know, I'm not gonna like stick to like, oh, this is what brings in people, this is what brings in the most views. I'm gonna play what I enjoy, because that's the way I've always handled this channel. And if that works, then it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Honestly, I'm happy just doing this and doing stuff I think is fun. And yeah, So I'm glad we got to do this tonight because I had a lot of fun, especially here at the end with the Hildibrand stuff, because it's insanely stupid and I love it. And it's only gonna get dumber. And yeah. Yeah, thanks a bunch, Mithrix, for hanging out. Having a good back and forth really just... It kind of like breathes energy into the streamer, basically. If there's some nice back and forth, so I, know that I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. And I do think that I probably shouldn't post all the week's streams on a Sunday. I don't know. Because I feel like that's backfired this week. Because last week I posted all upcoming streams on Sunday. To be like, I'm going to be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. And I feel like a bunch of people apparently missed all those. So I will probably go back to scheduling the next stream after I'm done with the previous one. If this week is anything to go by. And I will start doing that after Sunday. Because I think, like, I don't think people saw all of them when I scheduled them, Because I basically flood their inbox with 4 videos, when you queue up 4 streams. So that's probably why. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's all. We're done for tonight. That was almost a 4-hour stream of a game I haven't streamed in a long time, but I did stream most of it playing through the actual game. So if there is any interest in watching me going through the story, the entire base game, the playthrough of that is on the channel. On the VOD channel, I streamed from the end of expansion 3 to the end. So there's no way to currently look at my playthrough of expansion 1 and 2. Those will be posted at a separate time. I'm working on it. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me live. Thanks to those of you that check out the VOD later. Appreciate all of you. And yeah, take care of yourselves. And until next time, goodbye.